So don't delay, get your money straight.
Hey guys,
You are on.
welcome to the Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the accountant to entrepreneurs. Look, thank you so much for tuning in again for another episode. Okay, it look like it's kind of like loud, y'all, but yeah. Okay, so what's on the agenda today, Chan? What's going on the agenda today?
We are going to first let y'all know, talk about the show, the class that happened over the weekend.
Amazing.
And how much money did you save these folks?
Okay, so like some people just are getting their replays now. I hope they did. I got to follow up with Leo. But over the weekend, you talking about in the upwards of $1 million per person if they were to use that and give it to their family. You know, like just their line. It's just their intermediate family. Look, I'm gonna save them literally millions, but per person, on average, about $100,000, Chan, depending on how much money they business makes. So I'm like stoked out. Like, y'all don't even understand. Like, I really feel like that class made impact. Like,
Yes.
that's all that matters. That's
And
what I feel
then
like.
Also, the second half, we're going to touch on what people need to do to start prepping to
Okay.
file their taxes.
Oh, you know, I started that earlier today when I was in Best Buy trying to get another computer for the office. I was like, hey, 3 end of the year tax tips, and the phone went down. So that's perfect.
We're going to touch on
That's
that.
perfect. That's
I saw
perfect.
that, so that's why I added it to
Yeah.
the repertoire today.
Perfect.
So let's tell everybody where they can find you on social media and on the web.
You know, guys, you can follow me on all things social media. I'm Folasade, the accountant. First name spelled Folasade. You can also check out my website, accountingwithfolasade.com.
And what if they need to come see you in person? They need to pull up.
If you try and pull up and roll up and come up over to the office, you're going to go to 1300 Mercantile Lane, Suite 100, Largo, Maryland, 20774.
Okay, so she has an amazing team that's ready to get you together should you need to. So we will start with the show. We're gonna go over the class. It says what did you call it?
Okay, so the class was how to pay my child for my business. So basically, how to hire my child. I'm gonna rename it, and if I ever do it again, it's gonna be how to hire my child.
Oh, because I was about to say how to get this money and for change the generational curses.
Right.
Okay,
That's exactly what I did, though. I did do that on Saturday. I changed that generational curse. I did.
So okay, let's start off by saying, so how many attendees you think you got?
Okay, so overall we had 12 registrants, which is good because when you do a $100 masterclass, they do not want to come. If I would have did that masterclass at about 47, Chan, they would have been 300 people in that
But
class.
isn't that an investment though?
They lost out. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like whoever thought about and say, "Oh, I'm not sure if they're going to deliver. I'm not sure if I want to save money," and held on to that $97. I'm gonna be honest with you. You missed out on a lifetime of information. You talk about Chan. I gave them the secrets that the rich been holding on for years and years and years. I gave them the fucking juice.
I'm
Like
tripping
the
over that. You
juice.
said $97, so $3 less than $100.
A pair of Jordans cost $15 more than that 100. You know,
And they didn't get this, and they didn't come and get that tea.
the people that came, they're going to be the ones that implement. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really want people to come in and they don't apply. I wanted people that really wanted to save money and build generational wealth. Like, I even had my financial advisor come in, and he was like, man, if y'all take this strategy Folasade telling y'all and just do it for 1 year, he said, if that money sit there for 15 to 18 years, then your child will have over $120-something thousand cash money. So Chan, in addition to me saving them over hundreds of thousands of dollars on taxes, I didn't even connect them to be able to have hundreds of thousands of dollars saved.
She said
So
hundreds
like,
of thousands.
like whoever didn't come to the class on Saturday, they totally like missed out. Like when I tell you, big time. So the replay is going to be $297. Like I gave it to y'all $97. Try to put some. Try to put some bones in y'all pocket before the end of the year, because this was a strategy, though, Chan, that they could have implemented by the end of the year. Like, I gave them the blueprint. Like, I gave them the IRS forms. I gave them everything.
So you gave them
the juice.
All of it.
All of it.
Oh, Lord.
My whole little brain wave that was relative to paying your children. I gave it to them.
And, okay, so those of you who are catching up, this weekend was the tea that everybody should have been partaking in.
Yes.
Because a lot of us, they hire kids as volunteers and they help package bags for different things. They do all of that. But I just don't understand. If you could pay your children, pay your children. Make sure your children are going to be taken care of. This is the key to, having a solid future for your children. So because I didn't take the class, and I know why I didn't, but I will be, because there are certain things I implement with my children, because my children do have their own businesses. So I can't even infringe and let me go ahead and hold a couple dollars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't even do that. But it's very, very important that if you do have a business, to actually start implementing before the end of the year, because
you know
the
what?
year be here before it time's up.
Not only do they have a business, but if you want generational wealth, if you really trying to break that curse that that you have that monkey on your back that you got, right, that was handed down to us from slavery, like, let's be honest, then that class was part of that. Like, literally, Chan, when I tell you I gave them the blueprint, like, I gave them $1 million worth of tax advice. Like, I was like so surprised that I was even scared to even offer. When I looked at the outline, my sister was like, Pooh, I think you need to charge way more than that, though. I was like, Camille, nah, I'm not going to do that, because I don't think they can afford this as it is.
But the affordability, it's all about how much you want to invest in your family. It's all about how much you want to invest. Make that live real quick, because my computer's there. Okay.
Okay.
It's okay. But it's just how that goes with, changing the way that we think about money, changing the way we think about business and stuff like that. So that's the key to learning how this really works. So what time is it? We actually are we're going to go take a little break, and we're going to come back and go over the business masterclass. Some of the topics that was discussed.
Just the topics.
Just the topics. So we're not gonna go in depth, because we gotta go over some topics that they need to go ahead and look at and figure out how this is gonna work.
Yep.
So we're gonna go ahead and take it to commercial, and we will come back after 3.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth, you're not alone.
So don't delay, get your money straight.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth, you're not alone.
So don't delay, get your money straight.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth, you're not alone.
So don't delay, get your money straight.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth, you're not alone.
So don't delay, get your money straight.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth.
We are back with Folasade.
Welcome, y'all. I'm back. Look, Chan, we had a lot of random discussions while we were just on break, and we were just talking about things that requires us to do. That's required for us to do in business. So like copywriting and all of that stuff. But that kind of goes into what we wanted to talk about, somewhat slightly into why small businesses don't want to reinvest and take advantage of certain things, while they building their business. So like, for example, we're going to throw out Trump right here. Like last week when I came, we ain't have all this stuff in the studio.
No.
Like now, y'all, I'm like hooked up. Like all I need to do is go buy me some headphones and put some Swarovski crystals on there, and I'm like real good and like stoked out. But that's that growth, that's that reinvestment. So Chan was like, well, why didn't people invest into the course? And I said, I showed them the value. It wasn't even about that. It's just the fact that they not really certain in their gifts. We have to understand that as much as we want everybody to be successful, they may be scared of that success.
And
they may be preventing themselves.
Like, what you scared about?
Come on, Chan. We know this journey is not easy.
It's not.
It requires work. It's not all as picture perfect as it seems.
But the hard work pays off, though. Like that's the biggest thing about putting in the work. You get what you put in. So if you only put in baby steps, you only gonna get a baby return. But if you go hard and go forward and you listen to what the guidance that's out there, you have no problem with everything coming back. And it's that rate of return. Like if you invest $97 into a program that's going to teach you how to bring in $100,000,
how to save, yeah,
that right there is a non-negotiable. That's like there's no reason for you to question that.
You can't even compare apples to TVs. Totally.
So let's go into a couple of the topics that you discussed during your class that y'all missed. Because it was $97.
What didn't I discuss? Like. I basically gave them ways to like audit proof this, because there's a fine line between hiring your child, Chan, and doing it the right way. Like you have to know payroll laws, child labor laws, unemployment laws, accounting, regulations and everything, just to be able to properly hire your child. And I gave them completely every obstacle, every complexity, every challenge that they will face in doing this.
So
I gave it to them.
You read the laws.
I didn't read the laws. I put it in layman's terms. I've already done that. Yeah.
So you
see, my company is a full service. I'm a full service payroll provider. I've been doing payroll. We've been doing payroll since 2009. Like, I'm not new to this.
Paying people and taking care of they. Okay.
Yeah. So I've been doing payroll for years. So hiring people's children and doing that is what I used to do. I do every day, basically. So I just gave them what I basically do on a daily basis, and to to be able to give my clients the tax benefits and stuff that they need. So yeah.
So this would actually, and for small businesses, like they have a small baking company, and their children are packaging their baked goods, right? So if the children are working 2 hours a week or 3 hours a week in the bakery, actually paying them and creating a tax shelter for them, it would make a huge difference for when it's time for them to go to trade school, even if they don't go to traditional college.
Exactly.
And they want to go to DeVry, if that's still around, or Australia or whatever.
I talked about that. How, like, not only are we building them financial wealth, but we are providing them with work experience.
Oh, so it's building their resume. So that makes sense.
Exactly. So, man, when I tell you, not to sound boastful, but I shut it down.
So this class was the class to take
before the end of the year. Exactly.
So this would have wrapped up a lot of finding out, okay, you know what, my child did work for me like 50 some hours last month. Let me see how I can go ahead and restructure it so this month and the next couple of months and subsequent months, they can actually benefit from this. Ooh, and it was 97 almost.
97.
Okay.
9.
But wait a minute. If a business does pay for this class,
it's a write-off.
It's a tax write-off. Okay.
Any course, and it says it's on my landing page, because I'm an accountant, everything that you pay me is a write-off.
So everything is an investment
from me, yes.
So
certain expenses, they're kind of like indisputable, So when you see that you paid your accountant for training courses or a class, that's a write-off.
So learning about how to save more money entitles you to save that said money. So
training.
That makes sense. That's what I'm saying. So it makes more sense that people would actually take the courses and learn more on how to do this, and especially in the African American communities, we don't tend to want to put that much back into our businesses for some odd reason. Like we kind of hoard money. And pay the bills that are right now, instead of thinking about let me put away half for a rainy day. And so I think that's another issue. I think we need to have that conversation where I think it's fear.
No, Chan, I agree totally with what you're saying. I think we just need to have the conversations in general. Let's not even limit them to wealth. Let's not limit them to just accounting. We just need to have money conversations in general. I think that's what we have to start at the surface. And the surface is not generalizing it or categorizing it, but just talking about it first. You know what I mean? Well, on a general level, talking about it, not categorizing it yet. And because then once we categorize it, we say it's budgeting, somebody's scared. We say, accounting, somebody's scared. But if we say, well, did you know Bob down the street made $50,000 from doing this? It's nothing general.
They get so hyped.
Yeah. Oh, for real? You know what I mean? So I think we just have to come up with a good little, smooth, easy way to talk about money so we can all be able to. We
always got to be spoon-fed with honey before we can actually.
But see, that's the problem we're having. We're making the same mistakes twice.
True.
And that was going to be one of my book titles. And I need to let y'all know, don't make the same mistake twice. So whatever my clients went through, whatever you going through, why not tell somebody so they won't make the same mistakes that you making?
You're right.
Why are we all making the same mistakes? If you need your accounting, you need your accounting. You do need it. It's no way around. I had a client tell me, I'm not sure if I'm going to benefit from this services. I was like, my services?
I was about to say your services?
Mine? I said, let me tell you something. I said, what I bring to the table is way more than what you'll get probably from any other accountant. I said, because we don't just do generic bookkeeping. I said, I'm going to hold you accountable for what you want to achieve in your goals. I said, but the problem is, the numbers is nothing. You have to do the work.
Right.
You have to do the work. So while, we can sit back and do all the calculations and hold you accountable and give you the strategies and all of that, but if you don't go and apply that course, it's not going to do anything for you. If you don't go and do the work, it's not going to, benefit you. So
it makes no sense to even even take the course.
Exactly. So that's where we are. They're uncertain of their abilities, not uncertain in mine. They're uncertain in theirs. Oh, well, am I going to be able to do this? Oh, am I going to be able to take advantage of it? Oh, am I going
that confidence?
That confidence.
That's what they're lacking.
And that fear, you said.
Oh, wow.
And that fear, you said.
So during the class this weekend, were a lot of questions being asked?
Oh,
what was one of the biggest
not
questions?
really though. They said I gave it to them exactly in the most simplest form, the most understandable. Like we had questions, and it wasn't overloaded it wasn't like they were confused. They weren't perplexed. They were just ready to go and get to work. Basically, like I gave. If they all took the steps, step one, step two, they will have their children hired by Monday. That was my guarantee, and I did that. And I took it, and I made it so simple.
So you broke it down to the point where there wasn't
the lowest common denominator. Yes.
That's nice.
The questions they had was more so, I can't even remember because it wasn't that impactful.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't like, no. Nope. It was like I had to keep asking, so y'all don't have no questions.
So basically, you telling me,
Y'all
I just had to clear this up real quick. So with most classes that I've taken, there have been a battery of questions after the fact. So you're saying that you took that time to create a course that was so understandable and the ease of use?
That's what they said, the testimonials. I can pull up the testimonials. You want me to pull them up?
I believe you, though.
I can pull up the testimonials.
Because that right there just goes to show you, like, the amount of time and effort that you put into creating the class.
I think you saw my board, though, Chan.
I did.
I think I killed it. I gave it to them exactly the way that I would want somebody to give it to me if I was to try to implement this strategy. It's very complicated, but the way I did it for them, they didn't have to worry about complications at all. So thousands saved, hashtag thousands saved. So that's part of my mission is 100,000 businesses, $1 trillion. Once they finish through, I'm going to ring back, hey, how much? Somebody already said that they think that I probably saved them 100 and something thousand. One of them said they got several kids, so that's probably $1 million just in that family alone.
I need to go to that family. See, that right there is enough for, to make people understand the difference between a class of substance and just a class that just, you're just taking it just to regurgitate the information that you find on Google. So that's the good thing about it. What they saying on the live?
Tiffany said, getting ahead of you, really? But you already had us covered.
See? And they on there too.
Yeah, so no, I'm just excited though. Whoever implemented, I'm going to save them a lot of money.
And that's a beautiful thing. That's a lot of black dollars saved.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of black dollars saved because it's like we forget that we are the number one consumers. We drive the market. We create the trends. We set the bar for how products are sold, packaged, advertised.
Everything.
Y'all
anything look good, feel good, it comes from us, for real. Just the idea.
And that's the amazing part. And so you're actually teaching us how to catch those dollars back and bring those dollars back.
One of my testimonials said, this was an amazing masterclass. We got the real information to hire our children that day. The information was clear and easy to understand, and it's going to save me hundreds of thousands of dollars in income tax. She said, yes, the class was more than I expected, and she took time out for answering questions and even had a financial expert on to give us ways to help our children invest the money they earned. The class gave us step-by-step instructions for the whole hiring process and the IRS forms needed. She said it made me aware that I could be saving more money on my taxes it is going to make me more detailed and better prepared when setting up anything in my business about how it would affect my taxes in the future. That's just one.
So that's a good thing. That leads me into the struggling business startup.
Yep,
the struggling startups.
startups.
So that class alone is basically added on top of this class.
No, that's a meetup, Chan. That's not even a class.
Oh.
That's a free meetup every third Thursday. Yep, every third Thursday of the month. Yep, at a location near you.
So they can come to this place and bring their business, the things they're struggling on, and learn how to maximize their dollar, change the way they do things. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's free.
Free.
So all they invest in is.
But we're tackling one struggle at a time. So you're not gonna be able to come and think you're gonna get all the juice that one time.
But I'm just saying, like, you come in.
Network.
So
Don't forget about the networking.
So it's networking on top of that. So more potential business.
Exactly.
So all you investing is a couple dollars in gas.
Exactly. Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes. And your time to show up and show out.
So you telling me, like, I just want to kind of break this down for people. So you are actually opening the floor up to help them with something that they're going through in their business so that they can succeed.
Yes.
For free.
Yes.
$0.
$0 for right now, by the way.
For right now. But I'm just saying, like, that right there is alone, the wealth of knowledge that you bring to the table alone, just to have a one-on-one in a classroom with people.
Yeah.
Okay, what time does it start?
12 o'clock, October 18th. It's at my office, 1300 Mercantile Lane.
So at 12 o'clock at lunchtime, you can swing by there and get Folasade. That's her name. You can find her. I'm sorry, somebody asked me what your name is. Folasade, the Money Zone. Come get this tea. Building Black Wealth. I'm sorry, I had to take a pause for the cause. But yes, this is the biggest thing about the business wealth. So come by, see her, Suncrest Financials, 12 o'clock,
October 18th.
October 18th.
Yeah, from 12 to 2. Bring your business cards.
I'll put it in the link.
Bring somebody and bring transparency. All that.
So bring a friend.
Yeah.
So that is the biggest. That right there is something that you're actually. So you're just giving away these gems.
That's what I'm supposed to do, right?
See,
I'm supposed to do that. Because the issue at hand, Chan, is that like I said, my clients that cannot do it on their own, it's going to still say, hey, I need you to do the work for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But everybody can't afford to pay me my fees, Chan, so I have to give it to them at some level, you know?
But so the ability that you get, for them to get, if they can get 75% of the way, right? And you take them the other 25%, that's more than enough sometimes. Because sometimes all they need is a boost. That's it. So I mean, I'm really happy about that. So how can they catch the replay of the Hire Your Child for Your Business to save all these thousands?
Well, right now my team should be packaging it up. It should be going out tomorrow. Once it goes out to the registrants, it will be in our digital store. But it's going to be 3 times the investment. So instead of you guys getting it for $97, you're going to get it for $297.
But the thing is, that's a write-off, people. That is an investment into your future. So even if you didn't catch it the first time, it is a great replay.
Look, so one of my registrars, she said I asked my 17-year-old, her name Tiffany Border, shout out to you, Tiffany. She said I asked my 17-year-old during class if she knew how to work PowerPoint. She said, yes, I'm a Microsoft certified expert, so we got a new employee on board.
Give it a form, honey, hire. So this is a good thing. We're gonna close it out and go to break really quick, and then we'll be back in 5. Any questions you have, either post them on this live or post them on Fola's live, and we'll answer it when we come back.
Oh, Tiffany said it's well worth the $297. Well worth it.
I mean, that's an investment. Yeah. Like, come on now.
Yeah. Yes.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, It's not too late to dominate, so don't delay. Get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth. You're not alone.
So don't delay. Get your money straight.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth. You're not alone.
So don't delay, get your money straight.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth. You're not alone.
So don't delay, get your money straight.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth. You're not alone.
So don't delay, get your money straight.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth. You're not alone.
So don't delay, get your money straight.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth. You're not alone.
So don't delay, get your money straight.
are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth, you're not alone.
So don't delay, get your money straight.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to segment 2, y'all. We're back. Look, we were just talking, y'all. If y'all can hear the kind of be like the with the flower on the wall, you probably get all our little juice. But no, Jan, what we got going on now?
So now we're going to talk about exactly what they need, some things that we need to prepare for year end.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all
so,
know, hold up. One thing is, I just want to say my little ignorant 2 cents. Don't be getting back with your baby father, ex-boyfriend.
No, because you know what the deal is, though, Trey. He preparing for tax season, though. He trying to get a piece of that refund check. But no, to be honest with you, though, like, 3 things that you guys, and this is for my individuals and my entrepreneurs as well, too. 3 things that you guys definitely want to do before year out. Get your records organized. Like, if you want some form of structure or discipline, or if you want to maximize your taxes, like, you got to kind of be, like, organized. Like, you know, like, I'm noticing the more and more you want out of life, it just requires more from you. So if you want to be able to save money on your taxes, you got to make sure your records are in order. You got to make sure your money in order. You know, you have to do certain little things. So the first thing that I would do before year out, go ahead on and get those papers organized. Create some type of system.
What's that? Your daycare receipts?
We're talking about your daycare receipts. We're talking about, like, let's say, for example, if you work multiple jobs. Some people work multiple jobs. You need to write those down, like what company you work with. So if you're expecting W-2s from that company, you will be able to track them as you're going throughout the year.
So what if they forget to send you your W-2 at the end of the year and you got your last paycheck stub?
You're really not supposed to file with your last paycheck stuff. So for all of y'all fraudsters that's out there doing people taxes, fraudsters out there that's doing taxes, shout out to y'all, telling people that they can use their last pay stub to file their taxes, and you know you wrong because it may be something in box 12 or box 14, and the numbers on the pay stub may not be a complete accurate reflection of what's going to be presented on the W-2. So you didn't falsely file their tax return just to get their refund a little bit earlier. So let's not do that this year, though.
Did you really say fraud?
Right. And then I went right in. Let's not even do that this year. Don't use Betty down the street talking about she got you.
Because I already see
3 kids, $400. Like, they beating us. Like, come on now. I'm like fully squatted up, and they like beating me with the marketing. Like, seriously,
I saw
Jan.
an ad that said 3 kids, $8,500.
Right.
First of all,
that's
how you gonna give me $8,500? Half these people ain't even make $8,500 in a year, but you gonna get it back for them.
But you know what? See, this is what. But no, Chan, I'm gonna be really honest with you. With the change in the standard deductions, I think what's going to happen is a lot of people refund is not going to be as much because they've been enjoying their money throughout the year. And what's going to happen is, since the standard deduction is much higher, it's going to reduce their taxable income too low, and then guess what? It's not going to be.
So you're not even gonna get that earned income tax credit.
You're gonna get it, but it may be low.
So they better not put them bundles on layaway just yet. Okay.
Don't go put the bundles on the layaway. Don't get the Dracula. What they call that? The Kim K mask. Now it's like $800.
I'm done.
Yes, it's like an $800 face mask. All I want to do is get my little
somebody got a Cutlass SS out there right now. They waiting for that Crown Vic to come because they was like, I'm about to get this. Yep. That's what you already already know what's gonna happen. Somebody, baby father, done convinced them to give me they're gonna flip their return, girl.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's one thing you guys want to make sure you do. Just keep good, efficient records, because the last thing that you want to do is rush to go get your taxes done, and you work multiple jobs and or contracted with multiple companies, and you don't have everything that you need. And guess what? Our memory, we not that young no more, y'all. So you can't. If you work in multiple jobs and you really hustling, you're gonna forget you work for Betty for like 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
I hate you.
Because it was
Holding
only for
the
2
sign.
weeks.
Holding that sign.
Flipping the sign. Right. So so make sure you write that down throughout the year. Just track everything. And then one last minute tip I'm gonna be honest with you guys, you're not gonna be able to implement this if you miss class on Saturday. One of the most vicious end of the year tax strategies, if most people would have started implementing this like right now, today, they'll be able to hire their child, and I really feel like that's the biggest savings upon it, because guess what happens though, Chan? So when you got that $10,000 of profit up there, right? The IRS taxed that by 15.3%, right?
That's a
But
lot.
if you were to hire your child and do it the right way that they learned in class, and we pay the child, and this is not the accurate amount, you can pay your child, get the replay for the class. Don't think I'm giving you the juice, because I'm not. So let's say, for example, we hired the child and paid the child $4,000. That means the IRS is only going to tax you for $6,000.
So it reduces
exactly, and your child don't even have to file a tax return.
So you actually can shelter.
Exactly.
So you just said 4,000. I just had to get my mind together. Come on, man. Like, wait a minute, I got 3 kids. So basically, I can shelter like about 9. Because if I give each one of the kids 3 themselves, then I can shelter about 9, and they tax me on that.
And then they can use that 9 to pay for all the expensive shit that you buying.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm tired of that. Like,
right. So that's what we kind of like learned. We learned the steps on how to do the legalese behind it, the laws. I even took them, man, through they got the juice.
So basically, so you already started giving people tips for year-end tax write-ups.
Yeah. So that's number 2. Yep. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what if? Okay, let's talk about split custody. Like the father got the child, or pause. The grandmother got the child, and then every other year, you know what I'm saying, she's still working. She wants to claim the child. How does that happen?
First off, the parent do have the legal right to claim the child, but the problem is, did the child live with the parent for more than 6 months or more? If the child did not live with that parent for 6 months or more, that means that parent does not really have the right to claim that child. Now, if the child lived with the grandma for 6 months or more, and the grandma provided more than 50% of the child's support, then the grandmother have a right to claim the child.
Okay.
Even if the mother is alive.
Oh, okay, so that makes more sense, because there's a lot of mothers and fathers who are, the grandmother is watching their child, been watching their child since the child been brought home, and I think that the tax write-off should go to the parent or the caregiver that's really watching out for that child, because you got some of these parents, and I'm not knocking anybody, because your struggle is your struggle, but what's right is right. If grandma is over here feeding, clothing,
that kills me,
going to parent-teacher conferences,
I got a client suffering from that right now. She's literally owing $5,000, Chan, because she taking care of her daughter's 3 children, and she was supposed to be claiming them legally. She have a right to. We can fight it and everything, but because they blood, she don't want to, get her daughter in trouble, and now she's owing a lot of money.
So basically, because she wants to help out, Dum Dum.
Right.
I'm saying it, Dum Dum. She's ended up having to work to pay this IRS bill, and she working to take care of these kids.
Exactly.
But that child that she's looking out for ain't looking out for her.
Exactly.
There should be a law against that.
Exactly.
I'm just saying,
the problem is that we didn't do it right. That person was supposed to get some form of guardian papers, you know what I mean, getting something stamped saying that they got full custody or partial custody or something. So we're missing those steps. That's the problem.
Black community,
we're missing those steps.
They just drop them kids off and keep
And then
moving.
once you would have gotten that documentation that said that you have full custody for the child, you send that in with your tax paperwork. Even if they were to claim them and get the refund back, and you send in that paperwork with your tax documents and that child on your tax return, the IRS will be telling that person, prove that child lived with you, and you will end up getting your money. And
see, that's what makes it. And I will say this is the generational curses that we all tend to, that we continue for it to keep going. Because instead of us doing things the right way, I get it. You don't want to lose your benefits, your TANF or whatever because you feel like that's your money you owed or whatever. No, that's my money because I pay my taxes. I want my money.
They think those reparations, right?
No,
that's what they think.
That come out my paycheck.
Right.
I need my money. I should be going over there first of the month. I need my cut.
It did.
But I just think that by them having the proper paperwork and us doing things the right way, it would actually circumvent a lot of the debt. Because if you look at it, I will say this from my own experience with my grandfather, my father, he had tax debt. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that he didn't want to ruffle nobody's feathers and say anything. Because he took care of me, he raised me. He didn't want to ruffle nobody's feathers. So at one point in time, there was a time where he allowed that to go on and he ended up owing. And I'm like, Daddy, that's not cool.
Oh, wow.
So, and I see, and the thing is, I see that a lot in the older black community where they're still breaking their backs to take care of children. It's actually in turn coddling them and making them think it's okay. And it's not okay.
No, it's not. It's not okay.
So I think that we need to, what you're saying to these people and teaching people, these are the things that have to be said. I know it's like, oh, you putting our business out in the street. Somebody got to get y'all together.
Somebody have to. So, no, the grandma can claim the child as long as she provided 50% or more of their support and the child lived with her for 6 months or more. I don't care.
And so that makes it fair. And
that makes it fair.
And I think that would solve a lot of the debt because a lot of people pass away with their tax debt.
Yeah.
That's one of the debts that don't go away. Between that and student loans, because student loans will haunt you in heaven.
Yeah.
They wait at the gate, hey, we need this payment.
You know, so that's number 2. They need to figure out how to hire their child or whatever. And then number 3, and this is for, everybody. Go ahead on and do your last minute charitable donations. But instead of just doing it to like Red Cross or whatever, what about your girlfriend that started that nonprofit that really in the community trying to get back? She need that donation. She got her 501c3 too. You know what I mean? What makes her any different than anybody else? You can write it off on your taxes. Give her the money. If your friend asks you to borrow the money, hell nah. I'm giving it to the business. You gave me my charitable donation slip and you do what you need to do for your business. I'm not letting you borrow nothing. Here you go. Just like you would do the Red Cross. You write it and you get your deduction.
Say that one more time for the people in the back.
In the cheap seats?
In the cheap seats, yes.
So basically, you want to go ahead on and help your friend out. Like, come on now. You want to donate the Red Cross and Joel Osteen and T.D. Jakes and, go ahead on. Your girlfriend got that 501c3 that she was approved to, for. So why not give her the donation and get your charitable slip and be able to claim that on your taxes, And the good thing about that
drop your links in the comments.
The good thing about the charitable donation deduction is that they haven't really messed with that too much. That you can still deduct 50% of your adjusted gross income for charity. So if you make $100,000, you can still deduct $50,000 in charity. Whereas with the other itemized deductions and miscellaneous itemized deductions that they do away with. So if you focus on your charity, then you'll be fine. But do right by your community. Don't be giving to all the big boys. Go to the people that's really helping your community out and make a change like that. So number 1, get your records in order because you can't save no money if you don't know what you're spending. Number 2, if you got a business, hire your child, hire your parents, hire your spouse. And then number 3, focus on the charity, but focus on the community and the impact that you're going to make. And stop putting them stuff in them baskets on the side of the road. They don't do nothing but clog up man, they make every neighborhood look trashy, man. And you don't even get a deduction for it. Come on now.
Oh, they really don't give you a receipt for that?
No, who's there to give you a receipt, Chan?
Nobody.
Nobody's there.
So these 3 things that you get ready for are priceless. Like everybody know they got that one cousin that has a nonprofit. Go ahead and donate to your cousin. She's not gonna use the money.
Don't give her cash though. Write a check so it can show that
what
the
about
money. A money order is fine too, or PayPal transfer.
Okay.
Or, you know what I mean. But don't give them no cash because we cannot corroborate that.
Okay, so
because they'll think it's related party and all that stuff. But if you do it legitimately from a check and money order or through PayPal, they know it went from one hand to the next.
So there you go. She just dropped some great gems. The class that we have, because we about to wrap it up for tonight. You have your business, struggling business startup
Yeah,
meetup.
the Struggling Startup Meetup. That's October 18th at 12 to 2 at 1300 Mercantile Lane, Suite 100, Largo, Maryland. Come and check us out. Like, you're going to have a good time. You're going to network. You may eat a little bit. You're going to laugh. You might even cry. You might even, whatever the case may be, you're going to be in a much better state than when you came in.
So there's going to be a breakthrough. There's going to be
Breakthroughs. Everywhere
there.
I go, I'm doing breakthroughs.
So
That's guaranteed.
You be bringing, you
That's
give
guaranteed.
so much.
Unless you just don't like me, you know, and that's on you, then we can't break through. But besides that,
I mean, so drop your social media tags and
okay. All right, y'all. So if y'all want to follow me, go ahead and follow me on all things social media, Folasade the Accountant. Come on and get on my email list, bit.ly/Folasade TV. Also, go ahead on and follow me on IG. Say hi, say something. I see y'all watching, man. Talk to me, you know. So, I'm so tired.
You are. I know you
I
are,
really
because
am.
she is so busy. So that wraps up the Money Zone.
Hey, y'all.
This is episode 2.
Yes.
We'll be back next week, same time, same place, Rip Radio Network. Thank you, Trump.
Thank you.
You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs.
The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight.
The money zone. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth, you're not alone.
So don't delay, get your money straight.